Welcome. In this video, we continue on with part 2 of Descent: Legends of the Dark. So down at the table where we last left off, we beat up some monsters, and now we are ready to enter the watchtower. It is our turn, and I'm still trying to figure out how to position this stuff as this map grows, because I know my table space is not going to allow, so I'm assuming we'll have to tear some of this apart. But until that happens, it's back to our turns again. So we get our 3 actions per hero. Of course, one of them has to be a maneuver on each. And I think we are going to have Galadin interact with the door. Go ahead and get that open up. So why didn't the Varangian guards come and aid our battle? It is unlike the guards forced them to hide away. Galadin examines the lock. Let me see if I can open this gently. Testing agility 5. Our agility is a +1. So get our lucky dice back out. And we are going to be, we've got 4 successes and 2 advantages there. And we need a 5, so we'll spend a fatigue on ourselves to give us our 5. This is a pass-fail option. So passing on that, the door gives way to your efforts. Remove this door. And continue. And more maps. Yes, maps frequently have multiple levels of elevation. When placing tiles that are elevated, those tiles are supported by inserting them into pillars. Each pillar can attach to a map tile in 2 ways, either using a notch that depicts a gargoyle or a notch that does not depict a gargoyle. When constructing any elevated portion of the map, reference the app to ensure that the pillars are oriented the same way that the app displays. You can learn more on elevation in the rules reference or on page 24, learn to play. So replacing tile 16A with 4 short pillars and a staircase going in. So it looks like first, got the steps going up. And then this, with this piece going over at the top piece of the stairs. And I think I'm just going to move everything closer to me here. All right, so that got everything on my screen. All right, place 2 doors and 1 staircase. So we've got stairs going up there. Door and a door. Heavy gate is locked with 4 locks. Place 1 gate. And spawn the following enemies. We have 1 zealot coming in. And the zealot's at the bottom of the steps waiting for us. And continue. Objective updated. Find the keys to the gate. So 0 out of 4 is what we have. So we need to find 4 keys, it sounds like. And we were in the middle of a interact, so we've done that. We still have a maneuver and shoot. Our range is 4 with this. We're going to assume talking out of this fight's not going to work, so we need to get 1, 2, 3, 4. So it could go 1, 2, 3, and then pop back 1. Because he is not going to get close enough to attack this round. Sure. 1, 2, 3. Get within a range of 4. Change this over to fight mode. This guy's got 18 health and 1 defense. Using our bow. Martyr. Random enemy adds 2 successes to its next activation. And I'm assuming if that's the only enemy, he's going to be the random one too. All right. So shooting our bow, and we've got our blue die, getting a surge and an advantage. So the surge is at a success, then you may suffer 1 fatigue to prepare a card, which we will do. We'll prepare that card, take the fatigue, so that puts 2 on us. Then we will spend another fatigue for the advantage. to give us a second success. And while we're at it, we'll put a fatigue on here. During your attack, at a success, if the enemy is 3 or more away from you, reduce the cost by 1, so it's costing us 1. And we are pretty fatigued. So 3 successes. Confirming 5 damage. That's not the greatest. Continue on. So we've got 1 movement left, so we'll take 1 step backwards and hoping it can't reach us, but I'm sure it's going to hit us with something magical. So then over here, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll go interact with the well. 1, 2, 3. Change our screen here. Interact with the well. Perform an additional action, which just means we didn't waste our actions there. And I'm just going to hide behind the pillar because she is the one at 5 health. So ending the phase. Darkness comes upon us. And we're going to be able to discard fatigue, which we will take off of Galadin. Moving on. Wants to target Bran over here. It's got a movement of 3, range of 3, and 3 damage. After rolling dice, if the target did not roll a surge, they infect their hero card. So first I kind of want to see if standing here has line of sight. So we're going to go back to our map. Can we do an interrupt here? Or back? All right. So we want line of sight. And movement of 3, if it stands there, what can it see? All right, so can see. So resume activation. 1, 2, still not within range though. So in that case, going after Galadin. Getting 3 away from it. 1, 2, 3. 3 damage coming in. We've got a D6 for our defense. And we kind of want to surge on this. And we got 2 successes. So we're taking 1 damage. Down to 8, but we are getting infected. So we get a little green token. And infected, when time passes during the darkness phase, the hero suffers damage equal to the number of infection tokens on their cards. And of course, we can get rid of that by readying our card, which we have a free prepare on. So done with the Zealot's activation. Zealot screams an alien incantation form, but for a single name, Galadin. Hero phase. Well, we're going to start with Galadin and just take a shot. So go back to the enemy map. Shooting with our bow. Blue die. Just a surge. Not good. So that's going to give us 1 success. We'll spin 1 fatigue here for a second success. And confirm. Dealing 4 damage. And continue. And then we're going to shoot again. Try to do better. Two successes. We're maxed out on everything else here, so just the 2 successes, confirming. And down to 5 health. So the only action left we can do is a maneuver. As a free action, we can flip over, so that'll get rid of all this. Then we will just maneuver up the steps and stop there. So for Bryn, we are going to move 3, 1, 2, 3. Didn't make it. So then outmaneuver. So as an action, we can shift 3, then attack an enemy. After this attack, flip this card. And the nice thing about shifting, this keyword allows a figure to move up to the number of spaces specified. When a figure is moved in this way, it ignores the rules of impeding, but it still obeys all terrain rules. So we can go 1, 2, 3, and attack in the back. And we've still got our Warhammer attached, which gets the black die. Oh, then attack, and after this attack, flip the card. So 2 successes and 2 advantage. We'll spend a fatigue on one of those, so we get 3 successes, which I think is going to be enough to defeat. 8 damage. Following has been added to your inventory to be used later. 3 curios and 3 bone from the Infernal Charm. Remove the Zealot. And after the attack, this gets flipped. And continue. So we maneuvered, we used that ability, so we've got another action left. So we're going to go hug this door. And in the phase, so discarding some tokens, continue back to the hero phase. See if I can make this bigger. We're going with Bryn. She's going to go ahead and use the door. Remove the door. The door swings open, revealing a small cellar. So place tile 6A, 1 shelf, and 1 staircase. All right, staircase slides under there. That's at the bottom. And continue. Baroni, a guard lays unconscious in the corner, covered in deep gashes. Place an Explorer token. Continue on. That guard, I think you know him. Look of worry crosses Bryn's face. Only Bryn may interact with this token. So we interacted with the door. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll just go 1, 2, 3. Because Bryn's the only one that can interact with that token. So Galadin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interact with that door. Door swings open, revealing a small barracks. Remove the door. Place tile 3A, a chest, a small table, and a staircase. And with that, I think I'm going to move this off the table and hope I don't need to bring it back, and move that down some. All right, rearranged everything again. I think that's going to be the hardest part for this game, is recording, not so much the gameplay. So continue. Chest will surely hold materials I can use. Let me try it first. Galadin's eyes glint at the prospect of finding something useful. And so does Dale's. All right, we moved. We interacted with the door, so we can move again. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So end phase, darkness phase. We can get rid of some fatigue. So take that off the bow. Back to our hero phase. All right, we're going to use Bryn to interact with the soldier that's downed. From your belt, you pull out a small water skin and lift the guard's head to drink. The wetness on his lips revives him. He squints slightly at you. It can't be, Lady Bryn. I remember you as a wee child, you and Lady Catherine playing together. My, how you've grown. Small world. Be careful, Lady Bryn. The Uthak's attack against us was unlike anything I've ever seen in my years of service. Powerful blood witch led them, accompanied by bandits and zealots. I only heard snippets, but she said something about calling on a demon from beyond the veil. Whatever she is planning, if she succeeds, it will be our downfall. Pulls himself up to the rest. Well, he pulls himself up to rest against a darkened corner of the cellar. You'll need this to go through the gate and these to aid you on your journey. Passes you a key and 2 vials. Discard the Explorer token. So gain the following 2 cards, 2 Vigor Potions. All right, the Vigor Potion. During your turn, you or an adjacent hero either heals 3 health or discards 3 fatigue. You've gained the Vigor Potion's consumable. Give each hero 1 copy of the potion. So he doesn't get them both. Each of you is described on the card. After a consumable is used, hero removes it from the player area. You can learn more about them in the rules reference and in the learn to play. We must reclaim this watchtower. We must save. These are Bryn's virtues. Virtues have an effect on your hero's fate and journey. These may carry forward both narrative and mechanical implications. Later in the campaign, you can learn more about virtues in the rules and in the learn to play. Bryn chooses. We've either got nobility or valor. So nobility, this watchtower which protects the barony, or these people who are the lifeblood of the barony. We're going to go for valor. Objective updated, find the key. So we have 1 of 4 keys. So we interacted with the soldier. Now we'll interact with the bookshelf. Books, bottles, and baubles line 3 shelves, all covered in dust. We can search books, bottles, or the baubles. We're going to start with bottles. 2 oblong capsules are sealed within the silver box. 2 heroes may each heal 2 health. We're good with that, so we go up to 7. And over here, we go up to our max of 9. As you gather items off the shelf, you find a small key. Yay! Objectives updated. Now we've got 2 of the 4 keys. Wish we could explore again. All we have is movement. And I'm not going to move. We're just going to, well, we'll maneuver. Here to there to here. All right, going over there. We've got a table to look at. Maybe, yes. On the table, you find a letter from Baroness Adeline and a corresponding map on the wall. Be on the lookout for increased Uthak activity. There are rumors that a powerful blood witch named Nexcril is performing strange rituals in the forest of Forthen. Fear what she may be attempting to do. Any Uthak sightings should be reported to me at once. I've asked our apothecaries to pass along the recipe for our Vigor Potion. I recommend having a ready supply. Glancing at the map on the wall, it seems covered in marks of attacks with a circle around a small part of the woods nearby. Seeing them all together, Uthak forces have been bold indeed. Following has been added to your inventory to be used later. So you've got a recipe to make our own Vigor Potions. Just found a consumable recipe. Recipes can be crafted in Frostgate using crafting materials. Materials can sometimes be dropped by defeated enemies or from searching terrain. Learn more about these in the rules reference or learn to play guide. Underneath the stack of papers, you find a small key. So now we have 3 of the 4 keys. Then we're going to maneuver 1, 2, and work on that crate. Well-crafted lock holds the chest closed. You will need a deft hand to manipulate the tumblers and open the lid. Test agility. Our agility is +1. So 2 dice. 6 successes plus the 1, so 7. Hopefully that's good enough. Following has been added to your inventory to be used later. 15 herbs from some blue leaf coverings. 9 curios and 6 metal from a worthless charm. Well, it's worth 9 curios and 6 metal. And a fortified haft recipe. See if click. Yep, we can click on the stuff here. So the fortified haft. You or another hero who has already taken their turn this round may focus 1 card, 30% chance. And that would go to Bryn. So these are weapon parts we're looking at. Looks like we've got this too, a Nightfall Tale. And then the other things down here. All right. So continue. Underneath the chest, you find a small key. So that should be 4-4. You found all the keys you need to open the gate. So continue. Our objective is open the gate. All right, your mind drifts to the memories of friends you've lost to such forces as the Uthuk. The contents of this chest will certainly, so these are Galadin's virtues, same thing as before. Help protect your new allies, for connection or dedication, aid you in your quest for vengeance. I think we're going to go connection. We'll go with protecting our new allies. And we had 2 movement left, so we'll use that and end our turn. We're in the phase, which takes us to darkness, and we've got no fatigue to remove. And back to the hero phase with nothing else popping out. So we are going to start with Bryn, taking another look at everything here. We're going to search the baubles. Praise the last item on the shelf, then turn away. The following has been added to your inventory to be used later. We have 2 leather and 3 cloth from a muddy vest. And another action, we'll search the books. Following has been added to your inventory to be used later. Guardsman's grip recipe. And that recipe, focus and prepare any hero's attack card. And that's on one of our heroes we are not using. And then movement of 1, 2, 3. Then Galadin, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And we'll move in a circle. We're not going to open the gate yet until we get our beef stick up a little bit closer. And just hope nothing knocks down the door on us. So darkness, no fatigue to remove. Continue on back to the hero phase. So I want to flip this over. Got more fatigue. We're shifting better. I don't know, we'll just stay where we're at. We'll start here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just doesn't make sense to open up the door since we wasted our whole turn doing that. We're going to use our potion here to heal 3, so that's going to get discarded. But it will take us up to 10 health. And move closer to the door. And for Galadin's turn, we'll go with the extra fatigue. We'll just flip and end the turn. Ready to unlock this door here in a bit. So darkness, no fatigue to remove. Back to the hero phase. All right. We're going to interact with the door, or the gate. Sliding the 4 keys into the respective locks, you hear a soft click. The gate swings open easily. Remove the gate. And then I'm assuming I'm going to have to move my computer. Place tile 17A and 4 tall pillars. All right, we've made our map tile, and I think it's going to fit. All right. Stone table dominates the center of the parapet. Place the large table. There we go. 2 shaking villagers are chained to either side of the parapet. Place 2 explore tokens. So we've got 2 villagers hanging out here. Not happy. And spawn a berserker. So spawns there. And another berserker. And this one gets a green ID token. Uthek stand near the shaken villagers, one looking out on the horizon as though waiting for a signal. Look at that one looking out on the horizon. Objective, save the villagers. So we've got to save both of those. So he opened the door. Range 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, open fire. So grab our trusty die. And we just got the surge. So that wasn't as trusty as what we wanted. We're going after the orange one with our bow. And so far, just one success. He's far enough away, we can put fatigue on this one to add a success, so doing 2. So out of 18 health, we just did 5 damage, so found a weakness, which is piercing. So this weapon is crushing. We could flip it for slashing. That's not going to help because we need piercing. But we can shoot it again. Maybe do a little better this time. Nope, exact same thing. So 2 successes. Confirm. 5 damage, and that's just pointing out we had 4 base damage plus 2 for the weaknesses, and it blocked 1. Then we're going to go to Bryn. So 1, 2, and 3. And weighted Warhammer. Get our die. Got 3 successes. And I think that's going to be enough to take him down. Confirm. 9 damage, yep. Following has been added to your inventory to be used later. Mortos from some elongated claws and a rabbit foot potion recipe. Remove the berserker. Now we just got the green one to go. We've moved and attacked. We're just going to move here now. So ending the phase. Into darkness. Remove a fatigue. Continue. He wants to target Galadin. Bloodlust. After the fence, the berserker shifts one toward and attacks a second hero if possible. Fortunately, we've got them split up good enough. So moving 1, 2, 3. Attack of 4, defending. So taking 2 damage. Down to 7. And done. The berserker howls, wide eyes gazing at Galadin with unfathomable rage. Back to the hero phase. She does more damage. So 1, 2, and attacking. The Warhammer. 2 successes, 2 advantage. We'll spend 2 fatigue to make that 4 successes. Should be 12 damage. Down to 6, continue. And then we're going to attack again for 3. And that should take the berserker out. Remove the green berserker. Then moving 1, 2, 3, 4. Interact. Their second action. Change around this villager are covered in strange markings written in blood. Test insight or will. Our insight is a -1. Our will is a 0. We'll go with will. And we're going to get, we've got 5 successes and 2 advantage. I don't want to hurt the villager, so we'll take it up to 7 successes. Change release around the villager. He thanks you breathlessly. They came for us so boldly, kidnapping us both in the middle of the day. Thought we were done for. The Blood Witch told the guards to keep a lookout for the red light. He points out in the distance. At that moment, we were to be sacrificed to strengthen her power. Discard the Explore token. That's not good. So we still need to save one more villager. So 1, 2. Ending the phase into darkness. Remove a fatigue from both. Back to the hero phase. Activate. Well, if I can hold my finger right. The chains binding this village are tight and held fast with a lock. Test might or agility. We are +1 on both of those. So that's going to be a total of 6 successes. Chains hold firm. Bummer. We'll test our might again. 7 successes. Chains fall away as the person rises. Thank you. Beware the strange magic of the Blood Witch. She is more powerful and more sinister than you could imagine. Forces manage to ambush us on our fields in broad daylight. They grow bold and dangerous. Discard this exploration token. Objective updated. We have saved the villagers. Have the other captured other citizens? Brent asks urgently. Not here, I don't think, answers one of the villagers, but folk have gone missing more in the recent days. Rumors said that the Uthak, but I didn't believe until, well, now. With the path beyond you clear, foes, you send the villagers towards safety while you turn your attention onward. From the parapet, you see a bright red light flash in the dense woods. The thickness of the tall treetops obscures your view below. Whatever evil plot the Uthak are working on has taken effect. You look to each other. Now is the time to stand and fight. Forthin is my home. My people, my land are in grave danger. Whatever is giving this evil such strength and brashness must be defeated. It is good. It is for the good of, and we choose the barony or the people. So nobility or valor. We're going for the people. More valor. And for Galadin, they destroyed my family, and they will stop at nothing to see the rest of the world in ruin. Now they rise up, performing their blood magic to evil ends once again. I will fight them to protect my new allies or avenge my fallen brethren. Well, we've gone with allies before, so we're going for a connection. And place tile 1B on top of the computer. And I'm going to see how big this map goes before I start putting everything together. Or maybe not. Tiers may move from a higher level to a lower level without stairs present. However, a hero cannot move from a lower level to a higher level. So we can apparently jump down with no problem. We just can't get back up. We can learn more in the rules reference. The red light glows among the trees. Place a sight token. So we will move this stuff back some. As we wreck the world. All right, so we've got a sight token down there. Investigate the source of the red light in the woods. So we're going to jump down. So yes, we moved, investigated, we still have an action left. So once we get here, we see what that thing's going to do. If I can maneuver the computer correctly. I guess it works better. Got to hit continue. So you approach the red light grows brighter and brighter, discard the sight token. And add 18B. Computer's definitely in the way of that one. All right, Bryn, you're going to find a new home somewhere. So 18B comes in like so. Continuing on. Place a barricade, a cauldron, a chest, a lectern, and a tree. All right, so we've got a chest in the corner. Barricade here. Lectern, or the cauldron and the lectern. And a tree. Shimmery red surface fills the opening of an archway. Her laughter is poison, thrust into the heart of the barony. Blood Sister Nicrill's mocking voice echoes through the air. Each syllable twined to a darker, more ancient chorus. Bloodwitch stands at the lectern, a twisted smile plastered across her face. You're too late, she cackles. Here where the veil is thin, I have gained the knowledge I seek. Soon Forthin and the rest of the baronies will bow before me and the blood coven. Even in my weakened state, defeating you shall be worth it. Spawn a blood witch. All right. Blinding light flashes out of the archway. Nicrill contorts in pain. The energy of her ritual has taken its toll on her. She calls for reinforcements as more enemies flood the watchtower. Reinforcements will arrive soon. Not cool. Our objective is to defeat her. Nope, we're not even going to be able to reach her. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So we went running. What's that thing do? When a hero attacks an enemy adjacent to a barricade, the hero adds +1 to the attack. When an enemy attacks, they add 1. Hero may interact to dismantle the barricade. As long as we're not fighting there, don't think it matters. Astrid stream rises from within an old iron cauldron. A hero may interact to search the cauldron. And then tomb lies open on the lectern. Text within it is some script you do not recognize, but judging by the scene before, you must be some kind of blood magic. But there have been important things to do now than read. Yes, more important things to do, like end the phase and get attacked. So darkness. Well, with a new battle amongst us, we'll bring Bryn back on the board. So we can discard some fatigue. All right, targeting Bryn. Red mist around the Blood Witch, rise and churns. After the defense, each hero within 3 spaces of the Blood Witch scars each card with 1 or more fatigue on it. No fatigue on Bryn, fortunately, and we're not within 3. Then they discard 1 fatigue from each of them. So movement of 1, range of 4, though. And we are going to interrupt to check on line of sight. Basically, I'm just curious. Yes, so none of that stuff actually blocks line of sight. So she wants to be 4 away, but only has a movement of 1. So we'll just move back that direction. And then pop the spell, which is doing 4 damage. So 4 minus 3, taking 1, down to 9 health. And done. Something shoots out of the archway and into the sky, exploding, covering each hero in sizzling acid. Each hero infects one card. Well, we got free readies on that and that. And the infect, time passes during the darkness phase. The hero suffers damage equal to the number of infection tokens on their cards. So we can flip each of those for free because they're prepared to get rid of that. Spawn the following enemies. Ooh. All right, how bad did I damage the map behind us? Not terrible. Bandit and a Fae. So the bandit is at the bottom of the steps and the Fae right above it. And continue. Reinforcements will continue to arrive until she's defeated. So that tells me we're wasting our time to try to take on them. The bandit snickers, glancing toward one of the chests. Hero phase. Well, if it snickers, do we assume it's a trap? All right, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2. Free action, flipper bow over. So now we've got a melee attack, 3 damage each. As a surge during your attack, add 2 successes. If there are no heroes adjacent to you, add 3 instead. So we don't want to be adjacent. And we're going to get 1 attack off. With the blue die, getting a surge, which means we're going to get 3 successes on this. Ooh, 65 health, good grief. So 5th level, 3 defense. Using our blades, we had 3 successes. Confirming. 11, all right, slashing is the weakness. So, all right, good with that attack. So we're done. So that was move. We flipped that for free and attacks, done. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And as we run past the cauldron, we're going to take a peek at it. Richie colored liquid bubbles sluggishly in the bottom of the cauldron. There is but a bottle's worth, but it may be useful yet. Gain the following cards. 1 Warrior Breath. Okay, Warrior's Breath. As an action, focus or prepare 2 cards and heal 1 health for each fatigue on them. Then discard all fatigue on them. All right, nothing critical. Then as a free action, we're going to flip this over, which ironically is a slashing weapon. So that was free. We moved, we interacted, we still have an action left, which is going to be attack with our blade and doing 3 damage. Now, unfortunately, this one wants us to not be adjacent, and that one wants us to be adjacent, but oh well. 3 successes. Confirming 12 damage. I'm liking that. So that's showing 9 base damage plus 3 for the weakness and 0 blocked. And end our phase. So for darkness, we can remove fatigue. No infection or terror. In a flash of light and smoke, the bandit appears next to the chest, but for a moment, then both are gone forever. Remove the bandit and indicated chest from the map. Okay. So not a trap, probably something useful. All right, the Fae wants to go after Bryn. Movement of 4 and a range of 3. And he definitely doesn't have the range. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Range is going to be 1, 2, 3. So done. While moving, this enemy ignores elevation, terrain, and underlays and cannot be impeded. After the defense, the target either discards a focus token or suffers 2 damage. Goodness, nasty. Oh yeah, and she wants attack. She's going after Bryn. Let's see. After the defense, each hero within 3 spaces of the witch scars each card with 1 or more fatigue on it, which we don't have any fatigue. All right, so can move 1, wants to get away, but well, I guess technically she can get 1 space away. That's as far as she can go. Range of 4 and 5 damage coming in on Bryn. We're blocking 3, so taking 2. Down to 7. Something shoots out of the archway and into the sky, exploding and covering each hero in sizzling acid. Each hero infects a card. Well, that's going to be our main person, because these are too good at the moment. Spawn the following enemy, so we've got a bandit coming back. Reinforcements will continue to arrive until we defeat her. Twisting their arms together, the Fae create a strange effigy with their hands. And we'll probably suffer the consequences of that shortly. All right. So we're going to go first because we're not adjacent to anything. So attacking with our blades. Using our blue die, getting a surge, which we can spend to do 3 successes. Ooh, during the attack, subtract 1 success, or each hero within 3 spaces of this enemy scars 1 card. All right, so we did 2 successes, which did 6 damage. And then we're going to do same thing again. Same ability. I don't know if I missed that the first attack, but oh well. So we're going to spend a fatigue for 2 successes, which is going to turn into 1 success. And continue. Then we're going to move 2 spaces. Then Bryn will move 1 space. And attack. With the blade. Yeah, I probably missed that the first time. I guess technically since we flipped this card over for free. Yeah, I don't know how to go back on this. We might have an extra 2 damage on us. I'll just go ahead and do that. Well, how does that work? When a hero flips a card that has a scar token on it, that hero suffers 2 damage. Okay, so it doesn't force us to flip. So we're just going to assume we've got scar tokens on us. All right, back to our attack. So that is a surge, which adds so we've got 2 successes. We can spend 2 fatigue during your attack or defense. If you are adjacent to another hero, add another one. We're not going to. Unfortunately, that subtracts 1. We'll confirm. We did 2 damage. Then we're going to ready our card, which is going to do 2 damage to us. Down to 5 health. And flip that over. And in the phase, so into darkness, remove a fatigue, take a damage down to 6. The bandit wants to go after Bryn. Movement at 3 and range of 2, so not going to make it. So 1, 2, 3. They appear disappointed that you did not attack and release their conjoined hands that form the strange effigy. So now it's going after Bryn with a movement of 3 and range of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and doesn't have the range. And going after Galadin. After the defense, each hero within 3 spaces scars each card with 1 or more fatigue on it, which we don't have that issue. So moving 1, going after Galadin. So it's going to be 4, minus 3, taking 1. And something shoots out of the archway. We all infect 1 card. So can't have the same type of token on different things, so we'll do it that way. Spawning a bandit at the bottom of the steps. And reinforcements will continue until we defeat her. Every foe turns her gaze on Galadin as the Blood Witch calls out a command. All right, he's not feeling good about that. Hero phase. How much health does she have? Down to 31. All right, we're going to use our movement just to go there for no good reason. Then we're going to do an attack with her blade. And doing 2, confirming, taking 1 of those, actually put that over here. So I did 6 damage. Then we're going to use our ability to shift 3, then attack an enemy after this attack with this card. So 1, 2... get to the other side, make the attack. We are going to spend a fatigue there and 1 there. So that's going to be 4. And confirm for 16 damage. We put a scar on this card and it flips. And we take 2 damage down to 3. That can't be good. And hope we can finish it off. So moving 1, using our blades. And we can spend the surge to do 3. We're going to spend a fatigue for the 4th, and hopefully that's enough to kill it. 16 damage. So you toss your final blow at her. She staggers backwards, exhausted. You haven't seen the last of me. She snarls. She drags her dagger across her palm and with a twisted smile vanishes before your eyes. From the archway, there's a rumble as the shimmering red surface crashes to the ground, sending a wave of blood over you. The heroes win. Yay for us. We're covered in blood. All right, now we're back to the story mode. So shouts of alarm become cries of happiness throughout the forest as members of the caravan find their missing friends and family. Everyone alive, unhurt? Will live. What was that? Who took magic? Looked like a weak sorted portal. She was talking to a demon, but it couldn't come through from the infernal to here. It was weak. Does that mean she was a weak sorcerer? Is she defeated? No, things are only going to get worse from here. That's good news. That woman was a blood sister, the highest rank of Uthik witch. She will try again bigger. This was her only opening move. It's a weak portal, but I think she did exactly what she set out to do. She wants to open a full portal to let the demon into the real world. I think we have to assume she can. She can. And you're not just going to let it happen, though, are you? No, we're not. Good answer. Come back to Frostgate with me. My mother's house, my house, has plenty of room. We'll figure out our next steps. Wonderful. I'm sure we'll all become fast friends. We'll see. All right, a Night's Wash. Main quest, items obtained. And yes, that's a long time there. Continuing on. Continue some more. So after completing each quest, the heroes automatically travel back to the city of Frostgate. Traveling costs nothing, but the heroes will frequently encounter other characters and events along the way that will help or harm your cause. So Howling Giant heals. An old shrine lights on otherwise dark wood. You meditate and leave a small tribute at its base. An hour later, you will find a translucent crystal in your pack that hums softly. Following has been added to your inventory to use later. 1 Lumos. So Bryn leads her fellows through the streets of Frostgate. Stone round houses mark important clan holdings, while timber longhouses, taverns, and workshops line the streets. Bryn's house is large. It swings unfolding around a scraggy little garden. The bare timber of the frame over the door is carved with fanciful clanfolk designs. You live here? It's nice. Belonged to my mother. She was an adventurer. She had some money. She was well respected by the clans, kin to the Thane. Hey, Ronan. Blonde man with a clanfolk kilt and a warm smile stands in the doorway. Welcome home, child. Uncle Ronan, these are my companions. Everyone, this is Ronan, a clan mediator and kin to my mother. Greetings to you, Ronan of the Wild. I have heard of you. Ronan of the Wild, eh? Haven't gone by that name in years. Come inside, everyone. Group enters the house and divests themselves on their traveling gear. Soon all they gathered in the house's long common room. Uncle Ronan, we found a watchtower that had been overrun by the Uthik. We need to send a message to Baroness Adeline. No need for that. You can tell me in person. And Adeline, why aren't you in Highmount? This is some sort of family reunion. Aunt Adeline, I was right about you being a princess. An heir to a barony is not the same thing as a princess. Introductions are made all around. The Baroness is polite, if reserved. Charmed to meet all of you. As for why I'm not in Highmount, things are not going well, Bryn. The Uthik threaten us all across the barony. Bandits and criminals are worse than ever. And I've even gotten word that the undead are staring in the Mistlands. Refugees have been pouring in from Frostgate. We're the only city in the north large enough to accept them. Baroness has been negotiating with the clan elders to make sure Forthwin's people aren't turned away at the gates. Shouldn't the Baroness be taking the battle to the Uthik and protecting her people? What a good question, shouldn't she? She should. She will. Beginning now. Bryn, I'd like to ask you and your friends for help. We're not her friends. Getting awkward. Help with that? Help with what? Apparently, you've already seen that Uthik are at large in my barony. My soldiers cannot even defend every watchtower, let alone every town and village, and when new threats or new opportunities appear, have no assets to spare. In short, I need adventurers. You 6 are just what I'm looking for. We 6? These are Kelly, Deepfire, and Chance. The dwarf has a certain swagger to her. She enters the room, smiling and nodding. The Herrick's catfolk lurks in her shadow, ears flat against his head and tail lashing. Pleased to meet you. I hear you mun help me with my little problem. Mistress Deepfire is a skilled artisan. Some of her guildmates have been forced to take shelter not far away, fading Uthik war parties. Need a few brave souls to come and help lead them to safety. Sure, the Forgesmiths Guild would reward our bravery. And I believe I mentioned the brigands who have been stealing supplies meant for the refugees. That's me, I guess. I mean, I'm not a brigand, but I know where to find them. Maybe get the supplies back? I'm happy to help them, milady, but how? With what soldiers? What resources? I just can't fix your mess with good intentions. You six, you are a quick thinker, aren't you, Baroness Adeline? Times your company now includes trained warriors, at least one skilled wizard, and a dragon hybrid who, unless I miss my guess, has more experience and wisdom than everyone else in the room put together. I will agree to this so long as we understand that fighting the Uthak is our most important objective. You may have cause to regret that proclamation. There are other enemies as evil as the Uthak and far more powerful. Fine, but I have a condition. We operate out of this house, not in Highmount. If we allow Kelly and Chance to join us, then none of them answer to you. We're a company of equals, not soldiers in your army. Wouldn't have it any other way. I'll leave it to you. The Baroness and Ronan depart, leaving the four companions alone. Even the dwarf and the herons have excused themselves. This is very exciting. What should we do first? 2 quests are now available. Each quest unlocks a new hero for your party. Read the quest briefings for more details. So welcome to the city of Frostgate. So this is our crafting area, I guess. City is home to the heroes during the campaign. Here they can prepare by visiting the armory, craft fall in the shop, maybe. Read the campaign rules section starting with page 26 to play now, to learn more about the city, world map, and other new systems. After the heroes have completed their time in the city, select the map button in the next right corner or bottom right corner to return to the world map and select the next destination. So gain the following cards. We get a rallying cry and battle cry for Bryn, shared pain and shared energy for Cirrus, prowess and flow for Galadin, and Destiny's Call and Fate's Embrace for Varix. So taking a quick look at those cards, we've got Fate's Embrace and Destiny's Call, along with shared energy and shared pain. Then we have flow and prowess. So each of these are skills with 1 or experience and battle cry and rallying cry. So places for us to hold some more fatigue and get some additional abilities. Then continuing on, we've gained 1 XP. Heroes may now each use skills with a total amount of XP cost equal to your current XP. Kelly and Chance both start with 1 skill. Gain the following cards. I got this. A word of caution, and disguise, and careful. And those cards for them as we unlock those characters. Continuing on. So let's see what we've got at these. Army allows each hero to customize their weapons using weapon parts that they craft and find. Some weapon parts will determine which physical card a hero uses, while other weapon parts offer app-integrated abilities. So taking a look at the weapons we've got. And right now we've got nothing to help them out. So the shop allows the party to buy and sell crafting materials and also offers a few specialty items to purchase. Shop stock replenishes and changes each time the party returns to the city. So we can see we could buy a diamond blade for 200 gold, but we are completely broke. We do have some materials to craft with. So it looks like we could get the redstone pommel if we've got 3 out of 10 bone and more than enough materials or minerals. And in the craft hall, heroes craft new equipment, upgrading existing equipment. Recipes can be found during quests and awarded for completing feats. To craft or upgrade equipment, the party must spend a recipe and all the materials required by that recipe. After equipment is crafted, it is added to the party's inventory and is available for the heroes to equip and use. Note that crafting consumables provides enough for the whole campaign, while the amount a hero can equip is limited. The crafted supply is endless. Finally, the party shares all recipes, materials, gold, and equipment. Some equipment, however, can only be used by specific heroes. So let's see if we can do anything here. So fortified haft. So we need some more leather or taros. The grip, we need some taros. And that, we need bone, umbros, and taros. So we've got nothing we can craft. Then we've got, well, we haven't checked out this spot here. So feats, still not unlocked. Hero skills. So that's inventory of the cards we've unlocked. Or haven't unlocked. Let's see what else we have here. Our inventory. All the good things we have. And over here's a map to move around. So you see we've got some exclamation points. So playing with fire is a main quest. Dwarfsmith, an alchemist, has requested aid for a people. A group of dwarven scholars and craftsfolk have salt shelter in an old mining complex. Kelly fears they may soon come under attack from Uthuk. Long hears are required, so we have to play with Kelly on that one. And assuming this one takes chance, the Outlaw Prince. So here we're just choosing our next quest. But I believe we have shown the basics of how to play this game. And I do not have the best setup for doing recordings of this, but I am enjoying the game here. So hopefully you all have enjoyed the playthrough I've done so far. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.